Day 2 in the books, and it's a better day for the Brits as we've seen some victories finally on the grass at Wimbledon. But the story and the headline was Serena Williams crashing out. We're going to be speaking about that performance, and Ben Shelton, someone we both had going far, also losing.
That's right, day 2 in the books, and what a day it was. We had Serena Williams, the greatest, some may say, female tennis player ever to do it. She had a wild card. She came back. She was the final match on the centre court, and we actually got something that was a bit of a spectacle. Obviously, it went to 3 sets. There was some drama in the second set where she obviously faced match point and then had to come back. But ultimately, this was a match not really suited for a centre court, I would say, because we've got one player who'd probably lost about 12 out of their last 13 matches and another player who hadn't played for about 4 years. So that was sort of the level, sadly. And I sort of compared it to watching a running race between a snail and a tortoise. It was interesting and intriguing, but the standard wasn't really top notch. But it was still great to see Serena back out on a tennis court. She does look good for 44 years old, but I think the right player won. Someone a bit younger, somebody who probably will go a bit further in the competition. But ultimately, I don't think either of these players are going to set Wimbledon on fire this year. But it was just nice to see Serena back and looking well.
Yeah, I agree with most of what you said there. About 90% of what you said anyway, because I think it was nice to see Serena Williams, and I feel people did want to watch it. It doesn't matter
I did.
if you were someone who thought she was going to lose or win, it does create that excitement around the tournament, and people wanted to watch the match to see how she got on and what level of Serena
People
we
were
got to
queuing
see.
2 days before.
Yeah, and that's great for the sport, but what we actually got to see, I mean, wasn't great at all. Serena Williams, it's a lovely sentiment, good to see her, but come on, I mean, she's just taking a spot of someone who I think is more deserving right now. She has done everything in this sport completely. She's got nothing left to prove. She does it for purely the love of the game, and she's kind of she's earned the right to be able to do that in some ways. But what's happening is you're taking it away from a younger player who's not really had much of a chance in their career to have the opportunity in Wimbledon, who I'm going to be frank, probably would have done better than what Serena Williams did. She hardly moved. She just is not at the top level. I mean, the opponent, Maya Joy, and this is where I said I agreed with 90% of what you said, because you think you're glad that she won and she's got a chance to go through a few rounds. I
Not
totally
go through a
disagree.
few rounds.
You said she can maybe win the next
She's
match.
got a better chance in the next match, I think.
She
than
has no
Serena
chance.
does.
No, she doesn't. She's got no chance. Maya Joint was terrible. She is not a good player at all. She was good last year. Watching her, I mean, she almost threw it away. She had no confidence, super nervy at times. Her backhand was okay, but the amount of unforced errors, I mean, it looked like an amateur tennis match at times, the amount of times you hit it into the net. She wasn't a very good player at all, and that's why she's losing so much. I think she has got a good level in her, because I've seen Maya Joint play quite well last year. But clearly this year, something's not going right. She's lost all of her confidence and she looks like a player with none. And if anyone's to turn up a little bit, they're going to beat her. Doesn't matter what ranking they are. Serena Williams almost did it, and it was at a walking pace. She hardly moved. She was even unable, any sort of balls coming back to her with a bit of pace, she was unable to get off the baseline. It was just coming to her feet, and she looked like, I don't know, she didn't move her feet at all. She was completely rooted to the ground. Some people I know, I can already hear them saying I'm being negative. I'm being a little bit too much. That is just simply my opinion of what I saw, and I'm not discrediting Serena or anything she's achieved. And even today, I'm not mad at her for playing. I was interested in watching the match, and my assessment of the match, if you put yourself in the shop window, expect people to have things to say. And what I saw today, it wasn't pretty from a tennis standpoint.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it was more a spectacle more than anything. And I think she was lucky with who she got in the first round, to be honest, that it made it competitive. Because if it was anyone else,
commentary as well was ridiculous.
oh, don't even get me started on it. I don't know, John McEnroe. I don't know if he swallowed a big BBC pill or something, but it was so over the top with what he was saying, that he was saying, "Oh, this is like vintage Serena," or it was like, what are you watching, John? You're not watching the same match that I'm watching right now. They were talking about it as if it was like really like end to end, like dramatic stuff. It wasn't that dramatic. It was Serena, when she broke serve, got broken to love like straight away. As soon as it looked like two players who were barely in the top 100, to be honest. That's how it looked. Unfortunately, I love the spectacle. I love Serena, but I think anybody else she played who was in any sort of form would have walloped her, probably love and won.
Yeah,
That's the honest opinion. I'm sorry, but that's what would happen. So what happened when she played Raducanu that time? Raducanu bageled her, and that's probably what would happen when somebody who's actually playing more regularly and in a bit better form. I mean, Maya Joint, I mean, she was terrified out there on court. This was the biggest match of her life, and she struggled her way to beat a 44-year-old Serena Williams. But bless her, I do actually like Maya Joint, and I feel really sorry for her that she's got all of this like negativity in her game at the moment, because you can see how nervous she was trying to close anything out. You see her mum in the crowd who was trying to spur her on. And at the end, she said, "This is like literally my fairy tale. I've dreamt of this moment for my whole, like, from like a little girl, essentially being on this court playing." And the fact she got to get the win, I think that's the big takeaway. I think it's going to be an interesting narrative going into the next match, because it was obviously a rematch of the final. I think it was Eastbourne last year, where she defeated Alex Ayala. But Alex Ayala is a completely different player this year, and she looks on fire. So Alex Ayala is going to be looking for big revenge against Maya Joint in this next match. Wouldn't be surprised if they bump it up to like a bigger court. Don't think it'll get a show court, maybe a number 2, something like that. But I think they'll be trying to accommodate those Filipino fans and those Alex Ayala fans. And don't be surprised if we see
won't be bumped up that much, by the way.
Some fireworks from Alex Ayala.
Yeah, I don't think it will be bumped up, but I do agree that that's going to be a good match for Ayala, because I don't see her losing it. Of course, we do miss out on the Serena one, which would have been quite cool, but then maybe it wouldn't have been. Who wants to watch Ayala beat Serena Williams up? Probably not. Exactly. The other big story of the day, aside from some British players winning, which is a surprise, was the shock exit of the American Ben Shelton. I think, what, did I have him in the final or something?
I had him in the final.
You had him in the final. I had him going deep. Crazy. Ben Shelton out. Opening round.
He's
not been very good in Masters and Grand Slams, is he?
It's so shocking to me, this. After all of his good work.
Have you seen his career stats and in Grand Slams?
I'll have a look. I'm going to have a look now, just because Australian Open semi-final last year, quarter-final this year, second round exit the French Open, and first round exit at Wimbledon. Quarterfinals last year at Wimbledon. But yeah, he's had a couple of semi-finals, 3 quarterfinals, but a lot of third round, second rounds in there as well. I was hoping this year would be the year. I thought grass, he's proven that he's really good on grass over the last few weeks. He won Stuttgart in Germany. That was a fantastic win against Taylor Fritz in that final. And now he doesn't even get the chance to play Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz probably looking at that draw right now thinking, God, this is good, isn't it? Draper out. He's just withdrawn. Shelton tumbles out. And Fritz had a nice comfy win.
Someone of his level should be doing a lot better in Masters and Grand Slams. You go down to the Masters this year, he's got third round of Indian Wells, second round of Miami, didn't play Monte Carlo, second round of Madrid, second round of Rome. Poor. Really poor. He's just not performing in the big matches, Ben Shelton. Does all right in the smaller tournaments, but the big tournaments, he's not turning up. So maybe this shouldn't have been such a big surprise. Do I think this is going to last his career? No. I think he's a quality athlete, a really good player. I think if you compare him to, say, an Andrei Rublev, who is not too far away in level. I think he has a lot more potential and is a better player who has the potential to go further in Grand Slams, which is something
Already has
Rublev,
gone further than Rublev.
yeah, something Rublev has not been able to do. So the future's still bright. Let's not be too reactionary. I still think he's going to do really well at Wimbledon in the future. Just super surprised he lost, and we should give the opponent some credit.
Yeah,
bring up the Vertinen. He played his part. He said, there was a quote, what was it about his heartbeat at the end? He couldn't believe it. He was shocked.
Yeah.
And he is a player who we've seen on the Challenger circuit who was quite good, and he was fantastic today.
He was. Yeah, you can't take it away from him. It takes two to tango. As I wouldn't even say as bad as Ben Shelton was. I'd say he was probably surprised at the level that Vertinen was actually able to bring so early on. Losing the first set does sort of set a precedent in these type of matches. But Ben Shelton was 2-1 up. You got to remember that. So, and to lose that final set, I thought he had it sealed. When we got to that final set tiebreak, he got all the way. I think it was, what was it, 8-5 up. 8-5 up. And when you got a serve like his and you're 8-5 up and you lose 11-9, that's what made it even more shocking. I mean, he had, you can see there, he had one match point and couldn't take it. And then Vertinen got it done on his first. But yeah, a very, very epic match. Probably the biggest match of the first round, I would say, that for shockability. I think we had a Brit in 5 sets today, which finally turned the fortunes of the British players in the first round. Jacob Fernley, I mean, take a bow after that performance, because I don't think either of us picked him to win either, did we? I think we both had Alex Mickelson, which I think that
looked like it was going to happen at some point.
I think we were fair to pick Mickelson, to be honest, but that's because he's been so good recently. But I just didn't see from Fernley's form coming in him beating Mickelson, who was in form. But you got to give him credit. He's good on the grass, Jacob Fernley, as are a lot of the Brits normally. But yeah, he came back from 2 sets to love down. Looked great in the final 5th set as well. I'm excited to see what comes next for Jacob Fernley, because he's sort of flying the flag now for the UK. What's his next opponent is the main thing I want to find out.
Yeah, I don't know who's playing next, but the other one was Samuel. Your
yeah.
Brit. He went to 5 as well and just lost out to Mensik. But what a valiant effort. I think people now can see why you picked him. He is a really good player who will come good, I think, with some time. And any better draw here at Wimbledon probably would have gone through maybe a round or two.
Yeah. Mensik, really, he turned it on. I was watching the final tiebreak, and you just saw, just in those slight clutch moments, Toby Samuel hit a double fault as well to hand the mini breakaway right at the end of the match. And you can't do that against the best players in the world. And then he was just clutch, just played well, approached the net, good volleying from Mensik. And yeah, just a valiant effort. He's put his name on the map. But we saw what happened with Mensik at Roland Garros. He loves a really long match, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not going to affect his body coming into some of the next rounds, because we saw him in some dire straits at Roland Garros. But maybe the second week with all the heat is when it will all come to fruition.
Burnley's got I just pulled it up. Munar.
Yes, and another player we need to speak about. Another shock. I think this is as big a shock as Ben Shelton, to be honest, because I didn't see Cerundolo losing because of his form. He just won Queens. And
yeah,
then
that's what happens sometimes when you win a tournament just before.
I
don't agree. It's
this fashion. This fashion though, 6-1, 6-4, 6. Wasn't even close.
Yeah, true.
It was a very dominant point. I did say he's a tricky customer, Munar. He's not one to underestimate, but I thought to say Cerundolo's not going to get a set, I would have said,
yeah,
no chance.
Yeah,
no chance. Yeah, so crazy stuff. I mean, somebody who was playing well and somebody who's done the business when he needs to is Taylor Fritz. So this is somebody everybody needs to keep their eye on now. He normally likes just cruising through draws with no one talking about him. Well, guess what? This tournament, you got no choice. You're the main man down that bottom half of the draw with Zverev. You always beat Zverev, it seems, in
True.
slams. So you're the main man. You've been to the semi-finals of Wimbledon before. You've been
Yeah.
to a slam final before.
There's pressure on him.
There's a lot of pressure on you right now. Ben Shelton's out right now. So you are, I'd say he's the favourite from the bottom half of the draw to make the final.
Possibly, yeah. And you never know what happens in a Grand Slam final. So Taylor Fritz has had a really successful day today, not having to play Draper. Then Shelton going out. Of course, still has to get through this new version of Zverev after winning a slam. But there's a good opportunity for him, without a doubt. The other match I wanted to speak about, which we have to speak about in some detail, is Berrettini Wawrinka. The reason being, it's two icons, really. I mean, Wawrinka more so because he's been around, done it for so many years. And it was super emotional because it's his last match at Wimbledon. He said, I don't want to retire, but I know it's time. And what a ridiculous match it was. I mean, 4 tie breaks. They could have gone either way every single set. Berrettini maybe just showing a little bit of youth in some moments. But look, that tie break there in the second, 18-16. Crazy match. I need to catch up on all of the highlights, the extended highlights anyway, because I saw bits and bobs. I was at work. Incredible. Really good for Stan that he's still producing this level. But I can understand why he's packing it in because, unfortunately, I just don't think he's got enough to win anything.
Yeah, I think it was a great effort, to be honest. I was surprised that he ran Berrettini so close on the grass. Berrettini obviously been to the final of Wimbledon before. I thought this was going to be a straight sets win for Berrettini and probably more comfortable. The fact that Stan, I think he's leaving it all out there on the court, though, and that's what we're seeing. We know these are his last tournaments. He's wanting to give it his all. That was a 28-minute tiebreak he played in the second set. The fact that he still has that in him and he can play that level, it was 4.5 hours, this match in total. Credit to both of them. I think Berrettini, the fact he's still able to do that, he's had his injury problems as well and struggles his way through sometimes, but he'll be happy to see the back of Stan Wawrinka after that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Berrettini was really classy at the end. I don't know if you've seen, I've sent you it now, but he chased down Stan and gave him his towel after the match. Obviously, being the last time at Wimbledon, he just wanted him to have that as a little memento. He said, I remember in 2014, I was playing juniors here. I snuck in centre court and he was playing against Roger. So he said he was honoured to play him on court 1. And it was a great, great moment for him.
Yeah, that's a nice little memento. Yeah, Berrettini realising, he sees how emotional Stan was as well, how much these big tournaments mean to him. Obviously, Wimbledon, the only one that he has never won. So he's won all the other slams. This is the one that got away for Stan Wawrinka. Maybe that's why he's crying. He knows that this is the one that he'll never have the trophy of. But what a credit! I mean, not even Andy Murray can say the same. To have won 3 different Grand Slam titles, and Stan Wawrinka on his day was always one of the best. I'm sure he's not gone away completely yet, but I think this is the last ever Wimbledon. So credit to him. He's given us some amazing memories. I'll be sad when he's finally gone. I'm sure he will come back in some capacity, though. I don't imagine Stan just completely leaving the sport altogether, though. He's too much of a good personality. Like, he's always been like one of the funny guys on the tour. Always been a very kind kind player. You always see him helping out other players or helping out people around the court as well, as you do with Grigor Dimitrov, who won this match today as well. It's another segue into somebody who was nearly on course to win the tournament last year, but was just halted by an injury when he was 2 sets to love up against Yannick Sinner. But yeah, this year he's not in any type of form. He's been playing challengers as Grigor Dimitrov, but a nice straight sets win against Sweeney, and he's through to the next round.
Yeah, on to the women, because we've not spoke about much. The favourites all won. Iga didn't look amazing. She lost the second set 6-2.
Yeah,
she was a bit emotional after the match. but she got it over with. And I think that's all you need to do. A bit like Novak Djokovic. Iga's similar, I think, with Novak. Just need to get the next match and get there. So she'll be pleased with that. Emma Navarro went all the way to 3 with Badosa. Surprised me.
Yeah.
Rybakina also went 3.
Yeah.
But was a little bit more convincing. I never felt like she was going to lose that one. And what was the last one I wanted to really speak about? Noskova, straightforward, got the job done. But not everyone did, Ben, did they, on the women?
I mean, Donna Vekic out was probably the biggest surprise.
Svitolina?
And Svitolina, yeah. 2 really good form players. Well, Donna Vekic on the grass so far this year has been one of the in-form players, obviously winning queen. So I had her down for a shoe-in.
So you're more surprised Vekic went out than Svitolina?
Well, it is a bit of a weird one.
Or
But
did you just forget about Svitolina?
No, I've got a tweet for her. But this is why it's maybe not as much of a shock, because Daria Snegur is now 2-0 against top 10 players at slams. She defeated Simone Halep in round 1 in the US Open 2022 and now defeats Svitolina. Yeah, I remember that one very well, the Halep one. She sort of disappeared off the scene a little bit after that win. That was a big moment, but now she's back again. Fellow Ukrainian. Svitolina will be really disappointed with this. She's somebody who does very well at Wimbledon normally, always making the second week and challenging in those big matches where she looks like you can't even like beat her in like a 3-set match in like the quarters or semis. But yeah, she'll be devastated by this. But her fellow countrywoman goes through. Snegur, a great performance. Who will she be playing in the next round, though? Will it be one of these ones where you win against the big player and then the next round you just go tumbling out? Jean next on the scene for
winnable.
Snegur. Yeah, definitely.
But my favourite player from Ukraine is none of them. It is Marta Kostyuk. Because since she's hardly lost, Ben, all year. She lost in Miami to Rybakina, and apart from that, she's won everything. Lost in Roland Garros to Andreeva. Really good. She's going to be in the top 10 very soon, continuing this kind of form. She is one to watch. One of the standout players this year. I think Rybakina also is really good too. So Kostyuk, keep your eyes on her. I think she could be like a dark horse for the tournament.
Yeah, she's definitely stepped up this year. Very impressed by what I've seen from Marta Kostyuk.
You usually have her in your top 10, but
yeah, but this is how it works, isn't it? If I take her out, she suddenly becomes good. That's the problem. We've seen it many, many times before. She faces Blinkova in the next round, and then a potential matchup with Emma Navarro in round 3. That's, I think, like we said in the draw preview, round 3 is where we start to get the proper matchups, where we start to get a bit more excited about. Coco Gauff, we spoke about her yesterday. She looks very impressive as well. I think we're going to start seeing some really good matchups, but I don't think they're going to be happening yet. Kenin and Nisimova, quite looking forward to that one. Marcinko, a bit disappointing. Thought she might put up more of a fight against Sofia Kenin. But we got to speak about Katie Swan. She did it for the Brits. We spoke about Fernley, so we must speak about Swan as well. And she had some real big injuries, I believe, that kept her out of the sport for a bit. And she's had a very up and down career. So nice. She was like in tears on the court as well. You can see how much it meant to her. And her first Grand Slam match win since 2018. I mean, that is wild. 8 years. Crazy. So you can imagine how emotional she was getting a win at Wimbledon too.
Yeah, nice moment for her, but it's a one and done for me.
Keys next for Swan. Yeah. I mean, at least you got the one win, but who knows if the crowd get under Keys' skin? No. She dropped a set against Kayla Day, but Keys, I think we've seen her drop sets before early at Wimbledon. She's a very solid player coming in with strong form as well. That's it. Day 2 action over and done with. Tell us your thoughts about Serena in that comment section below. Do you think we've been harsh or do you think we've been fair? I think we've been fair myself, but You never know. We look through one set of spectacles. Everybody else sees it through another.
Yeah, I just want to drop the name Tyra Caterina Grant. She's 18 from Italy. The reason I've not spoken about her because I didn't see her match today. I know she won against Katie Bolter, and I know her age, and so I've seen some of her results now, but I've not seen her play. So I'll save that thought for the next match she plays. I think she's one to watch and someone to look out for.
Tough match
based off some of the previous results and what she's been able to do.
Yeah, up against Boskova next, who is obviously coming in after
Only
a tournament
18,
win.
but I think she could be a really good player based off results only.
Well, I look forward to her second round match, an exciting prospect. As if the Italians don't have enough players already. Come on, lend us some over in the UK. We've only got a couple to cheer on. But yeah, if you haven't done so yet, give us a like on the video, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow for day 3 roundup.